After working with over 100 teens with functional neurological disorder or FND and their parents, I started to notice this pattern. No matter how different the symptom looked, like walking issues, functional seizures, tremors, or speech or vision loss, or no matter how long they had been struggling with these FND symptoms, the teens who got better all shared these critical things in common. And once family understood these patterns and applied them, the recovery stopped feeling like a random thing because they literally got their lives back. So in today's video, I'm going to cover 5 common factors that make families across the line of recovery, and the last factor might surprise you. So let's dive in. Hi, my name is Dr. Lee. I'm a pediatric health psychologist and the founder of Teen FND Academy, which is an online coaching program for helping teens with FND and their parents get their lives back beyond FND. So if you are right in the middle of the storm of FND right now for your family, recovery can feel unpredictable because you might have good days, bad days, tiny step forward, and then sudden setbacks, like a yo-yo, and you are not going anywhere. That is because recovery from FND is not about finding the perfect treatment or working with 20 different doctors. It is literally about creating the right kind of environment for the brain and the body to reconnect, to literally relearn the coordination, communication, and the confidence. Why? Because FND is a real brain-based condition that is caused by the communication breakdown between the brain and the body, even though your teen's brain and the body are physically okay. So what do these families do differently and get better? Let's go over. Common factor number 1, calm, consistent leadership from parents. So I'm assuming that you're the parent who is struggling with their teen with FND. So every teen who made steady progress had at least one adult who remained calm even when things looked scary. The teen's brain literally learns to regulate in the sense of confidence through the parent's nervous system. It is called co-regulation. When parents stay steady, their child's brain mirrors that steadiness. It doesn't mean you never worry, just so you know. It literally means you choose to lead from a place of calm instead of fear. And to be clear, it is our nature as a parent to worry and respond with panic when our kids are not doing well. And families who practice this calm mindset even before symptoms were gone, they saw recovery move much faster. And common factor number 2, focusing on retraining, not fixing. So what does that mean? These families literally stopped chasing why FND had happened or each separate symptom, like different entity. Here's the deal. Teens' FND symptoms tend to be like a whack-a-mole. So many different symptoms coming and going, and you are left with no energy because you are constantly chasing after each symptom like different things, like searching whether these symptoms are part of FND, or contacting every doctor on the planet to keep every symptom under control. And this literally ends up in teens having 20 different appointments every week. And no matter how hard the team is working, they are staying stuck. And when these teens are not getting better, quote unquote, then they automatically think it's their fault, or whatever they're doing is not working, which is not really helping either. And other times, parents might be just stuck on this thing about, well, we need to figure out why this is happening. And as long as we figure out why this is happening, then this is gonna go away. Here's the deal. Instead, these families who got to the end of the recovery road focus on what to do next today. Look, the recovery literally came from taking action, like consistent movement, gradual exposure, and the nervous system retraining, not from endless analysis or seeing 20 more doctors or removing possible stressful triggers. None of those things are the answer to recover, because the brain literally learns through experience, not through explanation or avoidance, especially for your teens who is still developing their brain. And this one mindset shift changed everything about how their teen responded in a good way. So I want to hear which part of recovery feels hardest for you and your family right now. Share in the comments because I really want to hear your experience that might really help another parent watching this. And common factor number 3, they treated recovery like a lifestyle, not a program. So this sounds kind of weird, but these families who did best just didn't do therapy or treatment or waiting for the absence of symptoms or keep wondering when this is going to be over. Instead, these families literally built recovery habits into daily life. In my program, we call this the daily menu plan, the 3 R's. The first R stands for responsibility. So this is literally getting back to routines and roles like school and chores and daily structure. And second R is regulation. So this is where practicing ANS, autonomic nervous system, reset strategies consistently, but not constantly, like all day, every day. The third R is recreation. So this is about adding fun, physical or social activities that bring joy and connection for the teen and the family. Now, these 3 areas keep the brain active, balanced, and engaged with life again. So over time, the FND recovery becomes who they are, not something they're doing. In my program, the definition of recovery is literally getting their lives back, not the absence of symptoms, because then you're going back to the symptom chasing behavior. And that steady consistency of making the habit more than any one particular technique is what rewires the brain for your teens. By the way, if you're getting some nuggets from this video, please do me a favor. Please subscribe to my channel and hit a like button if you haven't already, because that helps YouTube to spread this awareness of FND recovery to so many others who need to hear this. It's super simple, just one click, and this means so much to me and more importantly to the teens who are struggling with FND. Thank you. Now let's get back to the video. So common factor number 4, the parents are letting their teen lead without stepping back completely. So what does that mean? The parents who saw progress learned how to literally back off without abandoning their child. So at first, it feels like walking a tightrope and can be scary to let go of control while still holding structure. But here's the truth. Too much control teaches fear for you and your child, and too little leaves the teen unanchored. And both situations leave the teen and you staying stuck. And this is where a lot of families are in today. But the families who were courageous and chose, this is a choice, chose to trust their teen to grow even though it was uncomfortable, and trust me, they make a lot of mistakes along the way, but they saw recovery and resilience come together really strong for their teen. So if you find yourself wondering, how much should I push and how much should I pull, which is one of the by far the most common questions I get. Remember, the goal is not about a perfect balance because there is no such thing. It is passing the baton from you to the team so your team starts taking the ownership of their own progress. Technically, it's called a sense of agency, and this is by far the #1 ingredient to recover from FND. Now, speaking of the recovery, here is the last factor. Common factor number 5. They believed recovery was possible even before they saw it. So every single family who made it through shared this unshakable belief, among other things. Recovery is real and it is within reach. They didn't know how long or when or how exactly, but they started with the belief. It's not that they had it to begin with, just to be clear. They chose to believe that. But here is what happened. That belief that the recovery is possible literally shaped how they spoke, how they took actions, and how they responded to any setbacks or flare-ups, because teens' brain learns and develops from what parents consistently do, not what they say. So when parents act from a place of hope instead of fear, their teen's nervous system starts to believe in that hope too. I say this all the time in my program. Parents, you are not the problem. I don't care what you were told. You are the solution, at least in my program, and you are learning these new strategies along your teen. And when you understand that and commit to the change, it's simple, but it takes a lot of time and practice, right? But that is when you get your child back. FND is not about a luck, it is a pattern. And actually, FND is a diagnosis of hope because you can definitely get your life back when you believe that. And once you understand these hidden factors, your family can move through that process as a team instead of you're the one who is holding all the weight. And because when families believe, lead, and stay consistent, the brain follows towards recovery. And that's exactly what you want for you and your child. Well, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next